So if you can see this behind my black shirt, this is the Flux DS, and it's I think it's like camo. It's in black camo, and like Bill Murray said in Stripes in like '81, like chicks are paying top dollar for this shit in New York. Looks like the same thing's true again today. Camo just seems to be everywhere. Anyways, so this is, you know, black with just a very subtle camo going on, but it's, you know, mostly black binding, and it really looks good. I really like the look and feel of this, and I'm not usually a camo guy, but maybe just because it's so subtle, I like it. Not that I don't support the troops, just camo just as a style just doesn't suit me, you know, unless I'm hiding from something. But anyways, a couple new upgrades, you know, just very light bindings, nice high back, and it's got lots of give and lots of flex, and you would think this binding would not be very responsive. However, response isn't just the high back. You've got a lot going on in this base plate that really works well with this high back to give you kind of a medium-ish, you know, semi-responsive ride where you can pair this with a lot more board than you think you could if you just flex the high back in a shop. So, you know, they consistently surprise me in how many different boards I can ride with this and have a good time with. You've got this new ankle strap. It's just great. It's just so light and thin, and still just has that great conforming, locked in feel with your boot. You know, these straps right here are on the inside, so they're just really right on your boot. They're not on the outside like a lot of bindings, or in the middle on a larger frame, on a larger heel loop, thicker heel loop than some of the bindings out there. So you've got that. You've also got an adjustable heel cup with zero shock absorption. I mean, there's just like an EVA pad that's like this thick. I'd really like to see the toe EVA pad, the thickness of the toe EVA on the heel, but Flux is pretty adamant about not sacrificing any bit of response, so you lose all your shock absorption as a result. I feel that we could actually, I'd be happy to trade a little response for more shock absorption, and you know, maybe figure out a way to pull out this heel loop, this heel cup, and put in something that's much more shock absorbent, or just, hey man, even just, you know, triple the EVA padding right here, just to make it a little easier on the joints, because it is, you have to always land right. You have to you know, really have boots with a lot of shock absorption, and lately a lot of companies have been tapering back their shock absorption. So as they, like for example Burton, a lot of their boots have that EST optimized sole. So you know, you went from something like this to something like this, and so you get a lot more feel, but then when you pair it up like with a binding like the Flux DS, you don't get much shock absorption at all. It's damp, it can go fast, it just, when the snow's uneven, you know, it really reverberates up into your joints. And so if you have bad joints or you're getting older, like myself, these bindings are very hard on you and very unforgiving. However, that's your only issue. Everything else about this binding is exceptional, just the way it fits, the way it feels, the response, the edge-to-edge transitioning. The butterability is even pretty good, because you've got these stoppers, and with the DS, most of the time, you'll probably want these stoppers out because you're probably putting these on boards that you're going to want to butter. However, you can put the mini stopper in, and it makes the board less buttery and gives it a little more stability and makes the ride a little more damp. You know, toe ratchet, the toe strap is amazing. It looks like it would suck, but it just fits over almost any boot that we've tried so well, grips so well, and just really goes over that toe perfectly and pulls the boot in. You can even put it over the top because these will stretch out, And if you're kind of an over-the-top guy, you've never, you know, it's only a few people out there these days. But if you, you know, if you still like going over the top, you can do so with these. This ankle strap is outstanding. You know, so all in all, yeah, you know, the Flux DS has no shock absorption, but everything else about this binding is exceptional, and that's why it still remains a good ride. I just love to see them do something with, give us an option at least for those of us who want more shock absorption, to be able to change out that heel for something, you know, with more dampness. Not more dampness, but with more shock absorbing technology.